Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. No, like intro, nothing. You know what I
Where's the
mean? There's
music,
no
man?
time.
That's
There's
the only
no
reason I
music.
come on this. The only reason I come on
Yeah,
this.
you play the
I'll-
music. What the hell?
Get the music
Come
on, man.
on. There's
Just
no
to
music
restart
right
it,
here.
bro. Come on, man. Where's the rock
They want to
tune?
restart the stream with the music, and I had the wrong thumbnail on there, and I couldn't play the music. I bottled it.
And you didn't send me the link?
I did
Oh
send
my
you the
God.
link. You were late.
This
You
guy.
were
No,
late.
he didn't send me the link. I thought he didn't send me the link, but the link was there.
The link was there. But people, welcome to Footy Judge Mo. This
Yeah,
is going to
where's
be a
the intro?
legend.
They're asking in the chat.
Here
Wallahi.
you
Let me-
go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. People want the end.
Much better.
You wanted the intro? Here's an intro. Anyway,
Yes.
listen, people. They put my energy down a little bit because they asked for
The
music.
City
after I
fans,
said
sorry,
them.
Mohammed. You know why I love the City fans in the chat? They're saying big up LB and Mo. They already know what's about to happen today. So, hey, listen, City fans, I do not apologize in advance. Hold that, every single one of you guys. You know, I'm so happy you guys are just rattled by my existence. Go on, Mo. Sorry.
Okay, we're going to have a good show for you people. So hit that like button if you just joined. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm giving the mic to LB.
First of all, welcome in everybody. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Wishing you all good health and a happy festive season. But we are not in a good place right now, people. Man, we are not in a good place. 4 games without a win. For me, that was, in my personal opinion, some City fans agree, some City fans don't agree. That for me was the worst performance I've seen under Guardiola since he's been at City. Some will say Everton in his first season, Leicester, Sheffield United last year, but that for me was bad. Yeah, not good. No winning 4. The positives, because we always got to look on the bright side of life.
No, we don't. Who said that? We're not.
Well, you do more, because if you don't, then you go down a dark path, innit? So, positives. We lost 2 games on the bounce a month or so ago. We're winless in 4, yet we're only 6 points behind Arsenal at the top of the table. They now have a tricky run. They play Liverpool, so someone's dropping points, and we have 4 winnable fixtures coming up. Rodri is now back. John Stones is now back. Grealish is now back. Doku is now back. And Kevin De Bruyne is back in around a month. So, here's the challenge for my football club. Win the next 4 Premier League matches, which are winnable. And on January 1st, we'll be in a much better position. A much better position.
Will you be top of the league in January?
Probably not.
Okay.
But probably not, but we'll be close.
We'll
Be within a couple of points. And we can kick on second half of the season, hopefully, fingers crossed, with a fully fit squad and a group of players which are fully healthy, right? Fail to win any of these next 4 matches, it's not over, but I think it then becomes tough, depending, obviously, what happens with Arsenal and Liverpool in their next 4 fixtures. So, yeah, not great, but we ain't throwing in the towel. We're not throwing in the towel. We just need to. We are now in pressure zone. We are in the pressure zone. We have to win every game. Every game now is a must win. It is simply a must win. That's where we're at. Not good. Not good at all. You know, certain players need to be dropped. Certain players need to be brought in. But if we win our next 4 matches, things will be looking very, very different. Hopefully, we can go to Saudi and win the Club World Cup in December. I think that's a welcome break. Actually. I think if we can go there and win the trophy, that'll be very good for us. Give us a bit of a boost and just get away from the Premier League for a little bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's where we're at, bro. Not good at all. But we win these next 4 matches, which is easier said than done. I think we're in a decent spot.
So what happened yesterday then?
What happened yesterday?
Yeah.
What was that? What was that noise? What are you doing?
Tears.
You got something, bro? What's happening? You got hay fever or what?
Sorry, that was just a very emotional speech there by LB. That's a great speech right there. That's a very emotional speech, January 1st, it'll all be better and stuff.
We have
Big
to
up,
be
LB,
there.
big up. Man said he's going to look at the positivity when the last shot on target he had was in the 11th minute. What positivity, brother? What positivity? This isn't a typical City loss. So when you say look at the positive side, there is no positives from yesterday's game.
No.
When City
Not
lose,
yesterday, there wasn't.
Let me tell you, usually when City lose, it's smash and grab. Usually it's Aston Villa would park the bus for 90 minutes, right? And you'd be very unlucky, and then they'd score a goal on the counter-attack. Aston Villa dominated you yesterday. 22 shots to 2, 6 corners to 0. The possession stats are very similar. Aston Villa we're talking about. Tielemans, Boubacar, Kamara, and the rest of them. That's the same team that dominated you. So there is nothing positive to take out of yesterday's game or this run. Chelsea, Manchester United just beat. Manchester United, who are a banter club. They're 3 points behind, You're 3 points behind, above Manchester United, who are in crisis mode right now. You've conceded 10 goals in the last 4 Premier League games. That's all. That's just the facts right there. I'm not even doing agendas or anything. That is worrying signs. And you've actually conceded 4 in the game that Rodri did play. You conceded against us even with Rodri played. You didn't. You beat us at home. So all of these things are I don't think this City side is like other City sides in which it's like, oh, see you in May. I'm not going to rule you off. I don't think you can rule off City. I agree with what Klopp said yesterday. Klopp said if you rule out City, you're just an idiot. So I'm not going to rule out City. He's 100% right. You can't rule them out. But at the same time, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I can't even guarantee you beat Luton away. Being that serious. I'm actually being that serious because they gave Arsenal a game and they got a draw against us.
I agree.
So like even I can't believe I'm saying it. At the start of the season, if I told you, LB, you're going to be worried before playing Luton away, you'd laugh in my face. That's why I feel like this is a completely different side. And that's why at the start of the season, I said either Arsenal or Liverpool win the league because we have never seen a team do 4 in a row for good reason. Like for good reason. And by the way, this run, in my opinion, I know City fans don't like to hear this because he's one of the greatest managers of all time. This run, for me, in my opinion, genuine opinion, no agendas, is probably mostly to blame on Pep, to be honest with you. I think he's manufactured some of this downfall right here, specifically in terms of balance.
I don't fully disagree with you on some of those comments. I think anyone saying you think City are guaranteed to beat Luton at the weekend is an idiot. You know what I mean? That is a tricky place to go. I actually think it was always going to be a tricky place to go, that sort of stadium. There was those old-fashioned stadiums where the fans are straight on the side of the pitch, right at you. They're always a difficult place to go. Add the poor form in, and yeah, it's obviously going to be a tricky game. And I don't even care about the performance on Sunday. I just need the 3 points. And I agree on the Pep thing. I think last night he didn't help himself. That midfield wasn't working. He should have changed it much sooner. He did change it. I thought we got slightly better. The ironic thing about last night is when he put Kovacic and Núñez on, we started playing slightly better. That actually opened us up more to the counter attack, which is actually where Aston Villa scored the goal rather than battering us for the first 60 minutes. But I agree on quite a lot of the stuff that you say there. This is why I'm saying, for me, these next 4 games are almost make or break for us. We win all these 4 games, which, as you say, is no guarantee. And I'm going into every game thinking, we've got to treat this like a cup final, man. Cliche, but it's true. We have to treat Luton away like a cup final. We've got to treat it like Istanbul. We've got to treat all these games like a cup final. If we win our next 4 games and win the Club World Cup, right? That obviously doesn't have to happen, but I think it would help for the confidence. Then I honestly believe that you can look at us on January the 1st and go, right, Kevin De Bruyne's coming back. You know, I think City are much, much better. If we fail to win these 4 games, though, I do think then it becomes seriously tricky. I still wouldn't rule us out, even if it gets to 7 or 9 points, because we can still claw that back. But I think this squad is weaker than last year. Everybody knows that. Losing Ilkay Gundogan and replacing with Kovacic and Nunes is weaker. Losing Riyad Mahrez is weaker. Gvardiol, I still think Gvardiol's a good player, but I do think Nathan Ake needs to come back in right now, because I think we need to focus on just out-and-out defence. We can't keep clean sheets. We need to put the better defender in there, which is Ake. But we are now at a crucial point where we cannot afford any more mistakes. We cannot afford any more errors. We cannot afford any more drop points. So it's got to start on Sunday. We've got to go back to basics. Get me a defence that can stay solid and get me a clean sheet. You get a clean sheet, you'll start winning matches. Because as bad as we are, and I know yesterday was shocking, in all the other games, we have created a few chances. We have created chances. And more likely than not, we'll score at least a goal. But the problem is we're leaking too many goals. We conceded yesterday. We conceded against 3 against Spurs. We conceded against Liverpool. Poor goal to concede. Good finish, but it was poor. Conceded 4 against Chelsea. So we're not keeping clean sheets. And if you don't keep clean sheets, you are going to struggle to win football matches. It's that simple. But as I say, whilst
can I ask you a question about Kovacic and Nunes? Genuine question.
Of course,
despite them not being good enough, from a balance perspective, why didn't he start one of them yesterday? Just
Probably,
purely on balance.
That's the thing. Both come back from injury, Husam.
No. You cannot use that, LB. I'm sorry to interject, because John Stones looked very, very shaky yesterday, because apparently the guy hasn't played. He's not match fit. It was very obvious, LB. So he chose to play John Stones
Nunes or Kovacic
in the mid. But Nunes or Kovacic are pure midfielders, and it wasn't balanced yesterday.
We need to get John Stones minutes. We need to get John Stones minutes.
So he chose the benefit of, like, okay, let me get John Stones minutes instead of actually having one of the midfielders that will balance the game. And he was very late for the change. And in the second half, when he dropped John Stones in the defense, still John Stones didn't look great. Bailey had a field day on that right side. Gvardiol, John Stones tried to cover. I think Pep Guardiola is tinkering again. And people just don't want to say that. And this is what I saw yesterday. Pep Guardiola didn't know what to do. He had no idea what to do in the game. When he created these chances and he didn't, and Haaland didn't score, we're going to come to that. And he saw with ease.
11th minute. That's the last chance.
With ease. And this is what was surprising to me yesterday. It was very easy for Kamara, Douglas Luiz, even the guy, Carlos, to go out of the press. Like, Pau Torres was like, yeah, let's pass the ball around. What is these bozos coming to press us? Who do they think they are? And I'm like, no, hold on. This is Manchester City. You should be able to pin them like you did against the last game. Who did you play the last game? And you drew one. Who did you play the last game?
Liverpool?
No.
Spurs.
No. Spurs. Right? In the first half, you didn't allow them once or twice to get out of your press. And you want to, and to be honest with you, it was surprising to me that he couldn't change tactically in the first half. It wasn't happening for Man City. You were pressing shadows. You were chasing shadows. And it was surprising. I'm disappointed at Pep Guardiola.
I agree, but you're missing the point.
Yeah.
Of who out of those 3 players is it more important for Manchester City to get back to full fitness quicker? John Stones. So you're going to play John Stones. You're not going to play John Stones.
You're looking at the argument the wrong way, in my opinion.
These are 3 points. So you want to tell me you're going to throw 3 points? Sorry, Husam. You're going to throw 3 points, LB, to get one of the players back fit? That's actually your argument?
No,
you literally just said
that. No, it's not. Because what you're making out it is that the only way that we could possibly have won the game yesterday is if we started with either Nunes or Kovacic.
It would have looked better.
It would have been more balanced.
Possibly. But you can't look at that starting. Yeah, but you can't look at that starting 11 yesterday and say Manchester City's starting 11 was completely incapable of getting the win. It was still an okay 11. So that's the point. Pep Guardiola had a choice to make yesterday, and he probably felt that he couldn't play John Stones in midfield with another player that's just come back from injury. Because as you rightly said, John Stones was off it yesterday because he was rusty. Now, there was positive signs with John Stones. I think yesterday, from my point of view, someone who's watched every single City game, even though he was rusty, he was getting on the ball in areas that none of our midfield players have done for the last basically all season. He was just rusty, and he had a choice to make. Now, he brought Núñez and Kovacic on later than I would have liked him to. And as I said earlier, the irony is we actually looked slightly better when them two came on. But that opened us up to the counter-attack, which is where they actually scored the goal. They pushed it forward from their back line, and they got us on sort of like a break. But look, our squad is paper thin. There's still a lot of people who think that we have a massive squad when we don't, and we've paid the price. Suspensions and injuries, we have paid the price for having a small squad. That's our own fault. That's Pep Guardiola's fault. He's the one that chooses to have a small squad, and ultimately we have to pay the price when injuries hit. But like I say, for me personally, I'm writing yesterday off, focusing on these next 4 games, and if we win them, we're in a much better position. We don't, then yeah, okay, then we're in a seriously bad place. But you've got to look at the positives, man. Like the fact that we've just
by the way, LB, we don't have to. You do.
Yeah,
I mean,
LB,
you
there really isn't any
you don't have
positives
to.
right now.
No,
I'm being
of course
objective.
there are. Of course there are positives.
From yesterday's game. If we're talking
Not
specifically about
yesterday's game. Not
no,
well,
if you're saying overall, of course, Manchester, but that's why LB. I just said
You have the
I'm
best
not gonna
coach in the
rule out-
world, bro.
No, but hear me out. I just said I'm not going to rule out Manchester City. Now, LB, the reason why I
It's
completely disagree with your take is let's assume Matheus Núñez and Kovacic are just 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 midfielders. I agree with that. I have no problem with that. But they're still midfielders. There's still people who are playing in that actual position in terms of pure balance. And this is, and LB has been speaking to me for a while now. He knows this is an argument I've been making for a while. I told him this before the Liverpool game. When against Chelsea, they played Rodri, Alvarez, and Foden, I believe it was in midfield, or Rodri, Alvarez, and Bernardo. We disagreed that day. He said he'd play the same midfield, but with different roles. I said, no, you actually need different personnel. You need someone who could just keep the ball for a little bit, pass it left and right, keep it ticking, keep it simple. And I think this is why, for me, had you just started Kovacic and Núñez, despite them being limited and despite them just being average, okay midfielders, nothing special, they still are midfielders playing in their natural position. Now, if you want to give John Stone minutes, now, had you had Kovacic and Núñez and they're a bit more balanced, maybe you'd have been 1-0 up at halftime. You could have brought on John Stones for the second 45 minutes. You could have gave him minutes, found a way to give him minutes, maybe play him inverted right back, maybe even play him as an inverted center back. There's plenty of things you could have done. But for me, in terms of just balance of the team, one of those two was needed. And played two strikers up front with Alvarez and Haaland kind of linking up play. Maybe one of them, maybe Foden and behind them with a free roll, stuff like that. Like, I just think Kovacic and Núñez, one of them should have started yesterday.
I don't fully disagree. I don't fully disagree with that because for me, Alvarez needs to be dropped out of the midfield because it's not working, right? That is just not. That is something that was working earlier on in the season. Now it's not, and it's actually costing us. We've almost got 10 men on the pitch because he's just not getting involved. So I'm not sitting here completely disagreeing. What I'm disagreeing with is the point that you shouldn't have started John Stones over starting those because John Stones is super important. If you wanted to drop Alvarez and play Núñez or Kovacic, I ain't got no problem with that. But John Stones had to play yesterday. He did. He was rusty. But ultimately, that's what happens when you come back from an injury. We will benefit from that in the coming games with John Stones coming back. But the positives, you say you don't have to look at the positives. You don't, because you're not a City fan. But as a City fan, I have to look at the positives, right? Otherwise, what's the point of me even focused on it? And like I said earlier, we lost 2 games in a row earlier on in the season. We're winless in 4, and we're only 6 points off of Arsenal.
But that's a lot of points after 15
It's
games.
not a lot of points. 2 games.
Yeah, but after 15 games, that's a lot of points.
I don't think
you know what's the lucky thing for LB? Liverpool and Arsenal are playing each other. That's why.
To be honest with you, LB, actually, to be honest, I agree with you at some point that actually the league this year is strong. It's tougher. Look at the Luton. Look at even Sheffield United against Liverpool. It's one of the worst games I've seen in the season, to be honest.
I heard what you said yesterday. You're too shameless. I'm not even going to get. I'm not even going to argue.
I'm going to talk about it. Was
absolutely flip-flop. And I'm going to call you out when we get to the Liverpool section.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm going to call you out. Listen, you know what it is? LB is a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy. I will call you out on your shit.
It wasn't
Mr. Devil's advocate. I will cook you on your own stream. Don't even try.
Anyway, okay. So
let me just say one thing.
Can I say a couple of things? I wanted to ask about a couple of things. Okay.
Can I ask LB a question just about City? I'm not going to change the subject. Here's the thing. Luton Town away. The Red Star Belgrade game, I don't really think matters. Even if you lose to Red Star Belgrade, I wouldn't say anything because you're already top of the group as well. So I'm not even gonna say anything about it. So Luton Town away, Crystal Palace at home, then you go to the Club World Cup, When you come back, you're playing Everton away, Sheffield United at home. Now, if I'm being completely honest and objective, I think you beat Sheffield United at home. I think that's a guarantee. For me, in my opinion, out of the next 4, that's the guaranteed win right there. Crystal Palace, and you know, and LB knows this, is a little bit of City's bogey team. Luton Town have actually been a problem for everyone this season. And I feel like us as Premier League fans, we shove Luton Town with Sheffield and Burnley, even though they don't belong there. They're there just because they're all promoted clubs. But Luton Town have been levels above both Burnley and Sheffield, playing better than them both. But they've just been slightly unlucky in games, like in Spurs, like Liverpool, like Arsenal, unlucky. With these next 4 games, if City, let's say, win 2, draw 2, if City win 1, draw 3, whatever, like if City do not win all 4 games, that's when I think we can sit here and we can go like, okay, City is actually screwed this season. These next 4 games, if you don't get 12 out of 12, that's where I think it's going to be a problem.
I think there's a good chance. Yeah, obviously it depends what happens with Liverpool and Arsenal, right? But yes, I mean, if we like, you're right. If we don't win these next 4 games, which are not all easy, Everton away difficult, Luton away difficult. I actually think Palace and Sheffield United being at home, I think we'll get the wins. But the 2 away games are tough. If we get the 4 wins, I think we're sitting there saying, you know what, City could turn this around. If we drop points, then yeah, we could look at ourselves and go, that's not good. We might get lucky depending on what happens with Liverpool and Arsenal if they drop points. But you are right. Yeah, of course. Like we have to win these next 4 games, which is what I'm saying. 100%.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about a couple of things before we move on from Manchester City. Is Erling Haaland and Phil Foden yesterday. The reason why I wanted to speak about Phil Foden, because I wanted to ask LB a question. Is it Phil Foden's fault that he's being played out of position, that Pep doesn't trust him in the middle? Or is it Pep Guardiola's fault? Or whose fault is it? Because Phil Foden yesterday didn't have a good game. He could have influenced the game more. Actually, every time he tucked a little bit in the middle, he kind of made things happen a little bit. But then he was shoved to the left side. So he keeps changing him. And people keep telling me he's given 8 out of 10s on these sides. I'm not faulting Phil Foden. Talented kid, very good player. But Pep Guardiola is probably ruining his career a little bit with playing Alvarez in the middle. He could, because Alvarez last year played right side and he was good in some games. He could have done that. He could have played Alvarez on the side and put Foden behind the forward. At least Foden has a little bit of a midfielder in him. Alvarez isn't.
Well, who picks a team?
So it's Pep Guardiola's fault.
Well, you said, whose fault is it that he's playing out of position?
It's Pep, right?
Well, Pep picks the team. So if you think he's playing out of position, then you look at the manager and say you're playing him out of position. I think we need to put Phil Foden in the middle. And I know, DGM makes a good point. He does lose the ball a little bit, but all the best creative players lose the ball in there because they play risky passes. They do risky shit. Kevin De Bruyne's passing accuracy is one of the worst passing accuracies in our whole team because he's not just playing the ball sideways every time. He's trying to create stuff. I'm sure Trent at Liverpool is similar when he's putting balls in the box, crosses and stuff. That's how it works.
He's a player who takes risks.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
he takes
Foden,
risks.
yeah.
The only chance we created yesterday, who created it?
Phil Foden through the middle. When he played Haaland, yeah.
Yeah, but that's why he should have been in the middle. I agree with Mo here.
But 100% he should be in the middle. Now, maybe...
So how come all of you guys see that, you City fans and every pundit, by the way, and then Pep doesn't see it?
Well, Pep does see it sometimes, and this is the most annoying thing, because sometimes he does play him in the middle. Newcastle at home, he played him in the middle for a lot of it, and he was fantastic. Leipzig away, he played in the middle a lot of it. He was fantastic, and then boom, you just never see it again. So I don't know, man. I don't know why he doesn't play him in the middle. Is it because he loses the ball a little bit? I don't know. You got to ask Pep Guardiola, not me.
So did Alvarez yesterday. Lost the ball many times.
Alvarez
lost the ball many times yesterday.
Alvarez was crap yesterday, to be honest. Let's be honest.
He's not been good for a couple of weeks, but we all know the thing with Alvarez. The reason Alvarez plays is because we don't play him. He'll knock on the door and say he'll want to leave, and people who don't want to accept that are just delusional.
Hold on, is Man City reaching this point?
You think Alvarez would knock on the door and say he wants to leave?
No, LB.
If Alvarez doesn't play football for Manchester City, right, he's going to have all the top clubs around Europe knocking on his door with his agent and saying, "You're not playing football, come and play for us." Well, it's just logical, isn't it? He's one of the, even though he doesn't play as a striker for us, he's still probably top 10, top 5 strikers in the world.
Who?
He is, and I
Alvarez.
think this season,
Ability, but he's
had we
not
been
playing
doing this
striker.
video
That's the
5
funny
weeks
thing.
ago,
You cannot just-
we would have named Julian Alvarez as one of the top 5 players in the world.
No, Julian
I think
Alvarez
best
was
players-
their best player of the season, Husam, for the first 6
I
games.
think the best 3 players, let's say the first, we're in game week 15, right? First 10 game weeks, 12 game weeks, the best 3 players in the league, in my opinion, were Alvarez, Mo Salah, and Declan Rice. Those are the 3 I think have been the best. So Alvarez had a very good start to the season. Now the problem is, this is why, see, the problem is when you do a show with LB, like there's nothing to cook because LB is just being 100%
he calls out his
logical.
club.
Yes, and he's speaking very logically, and he's actually criticizing his team constructively, which we love, which also something
I don't
do,
want
for
the.
example.
I want
I
the opinions.
Yeah, I criticize my team as well. So you have to. Here's the thing with what LB is saying. I have an issue with the Foden thing. I'll tell you, I have an issue with it.
All right.
It seems like every time there's a player that leaves City or there's a player that's injured or etc., we all sit around the table and go like, this is now Phil Foden's time to step up. When David Silva left, oh, now Phil Foden is going to take his place. We have an in-house replacement. When Kevin De Bruyne got injured, oh, Phil Foden is going to replace him in that position. We're good to go, etc., etc., etc. Every time we're expecting Phil Foden to step up, and for some reason, whether it's Pep not playing him in position or Phil Foden himself not being brilliant, it's just not happening for whatever knows what reason. Now we all can see, let's all cut the crap here. We all can see Phil Foden is talented. Now let me tell you the problem. Let me tell you, this is where Mo has a point, to be fair. And this is just me being logical. 5 years ago, and people are liars if they deny this, when Foden first came out, we were talking about Foden and Mbappe and Trent, to be fair, as like the 3 best youngsters currently in Europe. Foden went from being compared to Kylian Mbappe to now being compared to Bukayo Saka. Now, no disrespect to Bukayo Saka, but I'm just being dead serious.
It's just an underlying joke in the
No, wallahi, I'm being serious. No disrespect to Bukayo Saka, but obviously Saka's levels below Mbappe. Now, that for me, that trajectory in the last 5 years, where you go from going like Foden and Mbappe, where he killed PSG in the Champions League, to now like going like, who's better, Husam, Foden or Saka? I think that drop-off needs to be studied right there.
Better what?
Bro,
there is a talk, and I heard it. It doesn't matter if it's Twitter, pundits, whatever, people in the chat, about who's better player for Man City going forward. Is it Phil Foden on the side, or is it Doku? A lot of people said that.
Well, actually,
people are telling me Doku's amazing. Listen, Doku is good, but this is his first year. People just don't realize Doku played 10 games or 11 games for Manchester City. That's it. All his career, this guy. And before that, he wasn't playing Bayern Munich or Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid. He was playing in France. So I'm going to wait for Doku, because people already criticizing Doku and saying, but he doesn't.
Doku deserves time. He deserves time.
People already telling me he's Alan San Maximan. No final product.
No, he's not.
The guy already scored 4 goals and had 3 assists. But Doku, I was wrong when I said Doku is wrong. He is wrong. But
okay, so Mo, let me say something on that then. So Doku coming in might force Foden in the middle, because if Doku gets an opportunity on the right, we know Pep likes Grealish, he might be forced to play Foden in the middle, or Foden might hold bench. It's only 2 options then, isn't it? Either hold bench or he plays him in the middle. But you are not, I've said this for years, you are not going to see the best Phil Foden unless he's in the middle. On the wing, he is still very, very, very good. Very good. Very, very good. But you're not going to see the best of him unless he's in the middle. Look at his numbers from last year. Fantastic numbers. His G&A last year, fantastic. Some outstanding performances, some big goals. But you're not going to see the best of him unless he plays in the middle. But even when he plays on the wing, he's still very good. Created our only chance last night. Had great goals and assists last season. Has got good numbers this season as well. If you actually look at the numbers, he's doing all right. But you're not going to see that world-class, top-level, what Husam's saying about comparing him with the best of the best. You know, if he's on the wing, he's going to be compared with the likes of Saka's. If you want him to be compared with Jude, you want him to be compared with Mbappe, the only way that's going to happen, in my personal opinion, is from the middle. And I know this because I followed Phil Foden when he was in the academy. I watched him for years in the academy with Brahim Diaz and Jadon Sancho. Yeah. And he was unbelievable. Unfortunately, we've not really seen too much of it, but we have seen it in spells. Like I said, against Newcastle, against Leipzig, he played there and did it very, very well. Now, you are going to have to make some sort of protection behind him in the midfield, but we do that anyway. We have Rodri, we have John Stones. You can throw in another one. You can throw in Kovacic to have that extra protection for when he does lose it. But you play him there, and he will tear up the league if he plays in the midfield. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. And anyone who's watched him for a long period of time will know that.
Yeah, guys, there's over 500 people here. Welcome to the people that joined from Big Six bands. People, hit that like button. Get us at least to 200 likes. That's embarrassing, people. Aya here is saying you will regret the Saka slander.
Aya, with all due respect, I don't know how you hear that and make it sound like Saka slander. That is not Saka slander. That's Foden slander.
Right.
Who's so are Mbappe and Saka? Listen, because I don't like when people change my words. Are Mbappe and Saka comparable? No. So that's not Saka slander. That's a fact right there. 5 years ago, we were all sat here saying Mbappe, Foden, and Trent are the 3 most exciting youngsters in Europe. Everyone said this. People said Foden and Trent are generational talents. People said this. This is a fact. I'm not making shit up. So you can't go from being compared to Mbappe to getting compared to Saka. That's just a level below. Like, it's just the reality.
Can I ask you something? So you think that Trent is compared to Mbappe?
Trent compared to Mbappe, nah, probably a level below still. But the thing is, Trent is better. But not Saka level. Trent is higher than Saka.
Okay.
Trent is higher than Saka.
Okay. Trent is higher level than Saka. You think Trent is? Okay.
Okay, so let's say Mbappe is A star, Trent is A, Saka's B plus. That's honest opinion. And now the problem is Foden is now in the B plus category when he was in the A category.
No, it's not.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
No, it's not.
Foden and Saka is more of a conversation than you think it is, LB.
Yeah, but it's A minus. It's A minus.
No. You can't just add a new category just.
What do you mean? That is a thing, isn't it? I don't know. I didn't go university. A minus is a thing, is it not?
Whichever category
it is
a thing, bro. It is a thing, man.
Hold on. What are we talking about here? We're talking about Saka.
It's about Sam's weird category right now. Scale of how to rate players on A stars and this kind of stuff. He's trying to say that Saka.
Why are people calling me shameless? Husam is the one who said this shit.
It's not. How am I being shameless? Practically speaking, Saka's been better than Foden, bro. Where are we going with this? All I'm saying is Foden hasn't elevated his level, which even City fans agree.
Why has Saka been better than Foden? Based on what metric?
This season he has been, in my opinion, and last season, by the way.
I give this season he's probably been better than him. Last season, I don't know. I think it was very comparable.
Last season, in my opinion, was one of the better wingers. That's not the point, though. My point is not a Saka Foden comparison. My point is Mbappe, Trent, and Foden were in a category 5 years ago together as the best youngsters in the world. Foden has dropped down 2 levels. He's now getting compared to Bukayo Saka when he should have been clear in that conversation, when he isn't clear. That's the thing. So now if you ask people, no, but hear me out. If you ask people right now, okay, who would you rather have in your team, Saka or Foden? It would have been it's a conversation. 5 years ago when Saka was playing left back, people would have laughed in your face. That's the difference.
Yeah. It's not a conversation for me, but I understand what you're saying. For neutrals, non-biased, it probably is. And I hear you, man. It hurts me to say. It hurts me to hear it because I
want to ask you a question, LB. If Foden goes to Arsenal tomorrow, does he start over Odegaard or Saka?
I would start him. Well, I wouldn't start him over Saka because I wouldn't play him on the wing. I'd start him over Odegaard. Absolutely.
You think he's a better? So that's what I want. That's the real. Actually, that is the real one. Foden is 23, if I'm not mistaken now.
Mm-hmm. Foden would cook at Arsenal. Low-key.
Is 24. So would Foden start in the middle over someone like Martin Odegaard?
Oh, 100%.
Can we ask the chat people? Is it just I want you yes or no? Would Foden start over Odegaard or not? We have a lot of Man City and we have a lot of Arsenal fans. Would Foden start over Odegaard in Arsenal? It's a yes.
Foden would play the left centre midfield role, by the way. He'd play the Saka role from that season perfectly. He'd play it.
He would. But Mo's question is, would you take Odegaard?
Okay, if you have one player to start over, is it Odegaard or Bukayo Saka? And a lot of people are saying yes or no. In my opinion, Foden has given, Foden has given football more than Odegaard. Odegaard has done last year was very good.
You have a stinky Arsenal agenda. You have an agenda.
How?
You are an agenda merchant.
I'm just gonna tell you.
Right there.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Or are you gonna let me?
And he's recovering this season. Don't disrespect.
Are you? Once you're finished your talk, I'm gonna talk, and then let me talk.
No, you just said he gave more to football. Yeah, but that's because Odegaard hasn't had a chance at Real Madrid or anywhere else to show his quality.
So he was given a chance.
He had a chance last year.
Yeah, and he showed his quality.
And then they bottled it in the last moment.
Guys, penalty goals from midfield.
Can I freaking talk?
Yes. Go ahead,
Yes,
host.
Judge. Yes, Judge.
Yes, corrupt judge.
Odegaard has had a season last year compared to a great season for a midfielder, compared to
Yes.
De Bruyne's seasons and stuff like that.
Yes.
He is 24 years old. Foden has played with a lot of great players before, and he's played on the side and he's played in the middle. I think Foden, because of the trophies and because of his output, in his bad season last year, he had the same numbers as Bukayo Saka. People say their argument is at the end, yeah, but Foden plays in the better team. Well, until game week 30, Arsenal were the better team, weren't they? And Man City weren't. And Foden didn't play a lot at the end of the season. In my opinion, Foden.
Why are
has
you
proven-
waffling?
Okay. No. Don't cut me when I talk.
How
please.
are you
Hello.
waffling when Odegaard was Arsenal's best player last season? Don't
And
waffle.
I just said that. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
so
I
okay,
just
so even
I
if
just
even if you're
started.
saying he's a
Okay,
better
see,
team, he was your best player.
you just like to interrupt. You just told me
No,
that
I'm
I'm
not
waffling.
okay, I
Look,
hear
hold
you.
on. You just told me I'm waffling when I started my talk saying that Odegaard has given us a season last year compared to Kevin De Bruyne's seasons. So how am I waffling? You are the one who just like to interject and stuff. Okay. In my opinion, Foden behind the forwards is a better player than Martin Odegaard. That's my opinion.
Mm.
He's more talented than Martin Odegaard behind the forward. Every
based
time he
on
has played for Man City behind the forward, he provided something completely different. That's it.
Mm.
The fact that Odegaard did it last year doesn't take anything away from him. If Odegaard does it again this year and give us 20 plus GA, making the things happen to Arsenal consistently, I'm going to concede and admit that he's a consistent player. So Odegaard now do it for one season and you want to put him at the greats? I'm not saying Foden is a great, but Foden has done it for years with this Man City.
You know, Mo,
That's my argument,
as soon as you
Habibi.
asked your question, does Foden start for Arsenal? I said yes, and I told you where he starts. You understand? He starts LCM. You don't have to drop Odegaard. You don't have to drop Saka. You just play Foden in the 8. Everyone's happy. Now, my problem is Odegaard at Manchester City last season would have also cooked because he would have been playing behind Haaland. He would have been playing behind, you know, the Mahrezes and the Grealish second half of the season last season that was on smoke. So Odegaard would have cooked as well. All I'm saying is this argument is unnecessary because Odegaard had a phenomenal season last season, actually better than Foden's season. And as things stand, if your question is
100% Odegaard and
one second, does Foden start for
comparable.
Arsenal?
You're
If your
waffling.
question is does Foden, if your question is does Foden start for Arsenal, the answer is yes. Not
Okay.
over Odegaard or Saka. He just starts with them alongside.
No. If you are a coach now and you have Odegaard, Saka, and you have to and Foden, and you only start 2, and you have 3 positions, a winger and a midfielder, what would you do? Simple answer.
If I'm a coach, I'm taking Foden over the other 2 based on talent.
All right. See, he agreed with me at the end. But
no, I'm just saying
he
based
just
on
likes
talent,
to
but not based on
talk.
performance. No. Don't change your words now. It's not based on talent. It's based on performance.
I literally
Talent.
said based on talent because I said Odegaard
Listen.
last year has had one of the greatest seasons for a midfielder in the Premier League. So I already admitting based on the form.
Based on performance, it's Odegaard and Saka over Foden.
Okay,
If we're
so
saying
that's
talent
what
level,
I'm
it's a
asking.
different
No,
argument.
hold on, Husam. Tomorrow you have a chance. You have 3 players and you have a team. You're a coach. You have Saka, Odegaard, and Foden, and you only start 2. 1 winger, 1 midfielder. Give me a clear answer without doing the tahina.
Okay, tomorrow I'm starting 2. I'm starting Odegaard and Saka.
That's khalas. See, it's a simple answer.
If I'm starting tomorrow, it's Odegaard and Saka.
That's all I wanted from you. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, if I'm doing it based on talent, it's probably Foden and Saka or Foden and Odegaard.
All right. James Bond is saying City fans in Hamza mode, Saka all day. Oh. Emmanuel Ankara say I'm starting Mo over Foden anytime, any day. I respect Foden, people.
Mo is a very good player, by the way. Mo won the Ballon d'Or. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see Mo's Ballon d'Or? Or do you guys not see it? Mo won the Ballon d'Or. Everyone congratulate for Ballon d'Or victory. You get me? Everyone.
We don't see it. We don't see what
should have been.
Here,
right there. Mo, the Ballon d'Or winner. Let's go, baby. W's in the chat for Footy Judgment.
Mo needs a gavel to maintain order. Yeah, I need one of these. Sam told me to get one of these. Good luck.
I told him get one. He didn't listen. I told him.
Yes.
Order in the court.
I is saying Foden has more talent, but Odegaard is far better and more influential player right now. I think actually, just to be honest with you, Odegaard, because he crossed that ball to Rice and because he has played good in the last 2 games, you guys are saying that Odegaard has stunk the place from the beginning of the season. Is that right or wrong? Arsenal fans wanted him dropped. Arsenal
that is
fans
so
wanted
true,
him
Mo.
dropped.
That's a good comment, Mo.
So people forget that. Just say, oh, yeah, but he last season did this and that. Arsenal fans said, drop the guy. I'm not saying he's not talented. He's good. Let's talk about Erling Haaland a little bit for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay.
2 minutes.
No
okay?
service.
I'm
no
gonna give.
Haaland.
I'm gonna give you 120 seconds, LB. 60 for you and 60 for us to respond. Why Erling Haaland keeps missing chances before he scores?
What chances did he miss yesterday?
He missed 2 chances back to back.
It wasn't a good save from Martinez.
It was.
It was
But a great save doesn't take away. A great save doesn't take away from the chance that should have put it
What
away.
more could Haaland have done on that shot?
The first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Could have put it to the corner.
He put it to the corner. It was a great save.
Okay, what about the header?
It was offside.
Huh?
He
He
was
didn't
offside.
know he's offside. He wasn't offside. By the way, he wasn't
wasn't.
offside. He wasn't offside.
He was offside.
Oh, did I get to 6K now? Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey!
Yo!
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, people. Absolutely
Congratulations, bro.
phenomenal. Thanks.
Another milestone. Big up, Mo, man.
Yes,
Big up, big
people.
up.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Erling Haaland. Okay, I'm not slandering Erling Haaland.
You
Okay?
are slandering
Erling,
him.
Can
no,
you
no,
thank
no.
the
Oh,
people a bit more?
Erling
Thank
Haaland is
them.
a great, is a
Thank
very
you,
good
guys.
striker. But why are we allowed to? Why are we not allowed to say a forward is not scoring goals when
He's
it
not scoring goals.
when it
He
matters?
is scoring goals. The top goal scorer in the Premier League.
When it matters. Yesterday it mattered against
He was a
Against
great save.
Liverpool, it
against
mattered.
Spurs.
So harsh,
Hey,
man.
Erling Haaland could have won you the game
Martinez
yesterday and
save.
could have won you the game against Spurs. Yes or no? Erling
What?
Haaland could have won you the game yesterday and could have won you the game against Spurs. You could have been
Could have won
4
us the game
points,
yesterday. Well, he had one chance, which
which
if
is the
he would have
only
scored,
chance, and it
would
falls
have
to
been
your
1-0.
striker.
It would have been 1-0. So no, he
Nah.
couldn't have won us the game. He could have got us
Oh
a
my
point.
God. That's one. Okay. When the chance falls to the forward, the striker, you don't want it to fall to somebody else.
Mhm.
So you're not worried at all about Haaland at all. That he's missing chances at all. That's it.
Not really. Not really.
Not really. All right,
No, because I think you're being so harsh. That was a
I am.
top-class
Do you know
save.
why I'm harsh? Right?
Why are you harsh?
Okay.
Because he's Ballon d'Or level.
That's it. Thank you, Sam.
And he's got 19.
Like I would
he's
be
got,
harsh on Odegaard and Saka. I wouldn't be harsh
He's
on
got 24 goal
Tomiyasu and
involvement.
Kivior.
He's
Does
got
that make
24
sense?
goal involvements in 22 games. 24 in 22.
Yes.
That's why you're being
and
harsh.
can you tell us who he scored against? This why LB, you can't be shameless when defending Haaland. We saw the goals against Vervena, Zvezda, and Leipzig and Young Boys. That's what we're
Scored 2
talking
against
about.
Chelsea, 1 against Liverpool, scored against Man United, 2, scored against
No, he
Brighton.
didn't score
1.
against us. What do you mean 1 against Liverpool? Oh, he did score against us, actually. Shit, fuck.
Yeah,
I actually
hold
forgot.
that. Hold that. Hold that.
I just remembered he scored against us.
Hold.
My bad. Shit, that was an own goal right there. I just realized.
Someone clip that,
He
man.
didn't score against us.
I just remembered he scored against us. I'm like, oh shit, he scored against us. You know what? In my mind, all this time, I was like, Foden scored the goal against us because he's the guy that usually scores against us. Fair enough. He did score against us.
Listen, I wanted to tell people that say that Mo has agenda against City. Every fan base, when we criticize them, they say I have an agenda against them. I might, right? But if I'm not going to criticize the mighty Man City, the treble winner that told me that they're going to win a quadruple, who am I criticizing? If they haven't won 4 games, it's a very strange comments. People are saying, oh, you have an agenda against City. You haven't won in 4 games. You lost against Aston Villa. And it's one of the worst performances I've seen against Pep. I agree. You cannot be dominated like this, right? And we're not criticizing you. What do you want us to like pat you on the back and say, yeah, tomorrow will be good?
No, that's not what
I'm
we're
not
saying.
talking about you because in the chat, it's like people, oh, you have an agenda. I'm like,
Yeah, but that's because people are saying that now because you talk about Haaland when it's not right. It's not correct.
But I think it's warranted, wallahi, because the same energy I have for Nunes, who, by the way, Nunes goals per minute, score goals. But for some reason, Nunes, some moments, he goes missing or he misses an important chance. You can score all the goals you want. By the way, I criticized Mo Salah had one season when he was choosing to shoot before pass. He wanted the goals more than pass, and he would have Mane open, Firmino open, and he wouldn't pass. And I criticize him because we have to criticize top players. We're not going to I'm sorry, we're not going to criticize Adewemi. We're not going to criticize these guys. We're going to criticize Haaland because we're here to talk about Manchester City.
The only game, Mo, where he's missed a big chance that we've not won this season, in my view, is Tottenham Hotspur.
And yesterday. You don't put that as a miss. Oh, okay.
I don't put by a big chance. I mean, like he's missed the target or something. You know what I mean? Yesterday,
so the big chance. So the big chance for Haaland is the tap in. The big chance means is a tap in.
No, what it means is
the target.
What it means is it means
for a big chance. Then
it means a chance that you should score. So big, obviously he had a big chance yesterday, but there was no guarantee that was going in. It was a great save by the goalkeeper. What I'm talking about, the only time he's missed the target where he should have scored that we've not won is Spurs. That was the only one.
Yeah, that's what we're saying, LB, is that the thing about it is you calling it that big chance. I call yesterday when you are through on goal with a defender to your right and you're left-footed, you should bury that. As a striker, you should bury that. Bury it like Martinez should not have seen it.
Bro, you're being harsh, man. Martinez is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He won in fact, he is the best goalkeeper in the world if you go off the award.
Don't be shameless now. Don't be.
I'm just going off the thing, man. It was a great save. It was a great save, man.
You argued for Haaland winning the Ballon d'Or, so you accept Messi is the best player in the world just because he won the Ballon d'Or.
No, I don't. Well,
there you go then. There you go then. Come on, man. Man said
Martinez is a good goalkeeper, but come on, it's not.
Martinez ain't even the best goalkeeper in the league. Alisson and Ederson both are better, objectively.
Yes, but he's still a he's a world-class goalkeeper, Husam. And it was a world-class save.
No, not world class. Not world class.
He's not a world class goalkeeper. Are you having me on?
No, Martinez is not world class. He's a very good goalkeeper, not world class though.
Bro, what are you talking about? I can't believe you just said that.
You just said what? So he's a world class goalkeeper because he saved penalties in the World Cup.
Martinez is not. No, Martinez is a very, very good goalkeeper. He's a world class.
Martinez conceded 60 goals in 1 year. You know that.
Yeah, I said he's a very good goalkeeper.
Who's he play for?
Aston Villa, same team, same exact team.
Nah, I don't care, man. He's a world class goalkeeper.
Okay, that's your opinion.
It depends what you call world class. Like, is he Edison's level?
No, he's not.
Like Courtois' level, Manuel Neuer.
That's not fair because now what you try to say, obviously he's not close.
I give you 5 names,
but he's up there. He's probably top 10 goalkeepers in the world.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you're world class. So top 10 in your position is world class.
How many football clubs is there in the world? And if you're in the top 10 of the whole clubs in the whole world, you're probably
Jan Sommer at Inter is better than him. Give me a break.
Bro, you was telling me that Onana was the best thing since sliced bread.
He was.
There you are. Yes, LB. Dunk on him. Dunk on him. Dunk on that fraud right now.
I want to hear your goalkeeper take
fraud. Mo,
shutting down this court.
You're telling me Alisson's down. By the way, Onana's better than Alisson with his feet. By the way, Onana, if we're saying based on form, he's the best goalkeeper in the world. Hold that. Hold that. Now you want him back on loan. Fraudulent judge. By the way, despite Mo being fraudulent, this guy does not say thank you. So big up to the chat. 6K subscribers. Thank you, guys. Big up for all the love. Footy Judge Mo. I think this is probably the 3rd stream I've been on with Mo where like there was a milestone. So this is unbelievable.
You two are like my lucky charm.
Keep supporting the channel. Keep liking. Keep subscribing. Share the videos everywhere. Footy Judge Mo, definitely he deserves success. So just continue to support the channel, my people.
Thank you, people. Appreciate it. Let me do these super chats and then we move on to something else. Odi was also playing with a hip injury. Long. Okay, excuses now.
Oh, you want to do that? Foden was playing with an injury all season last year, and he got basically the same numbers as Saka. So you want to play that game? We'll play that game. But let's not make excuses. Let's just go off actual facts. Yeah, that's the best way, man.
Francis saying Foden Saka debate, lol. It's not Foden Saka now. It's Foden Odegaard. It's one of those things where a rich kid gets rated for doing less than a poor kid, benched for England, always sub that City. Well, he was subbed in the last 2 games when City needed goals. So.
Calling Saka a poor kid is crazy.
Yes, it's just nuts. Aya saying, LB, would you say City would be in a mini crisis if they lose to Luton next week?
Nope, I think we're already in a mini crisis.
Actually, wallahi, the fact that we're talking about the possibility, 1%, that you drop a point or you drop a single point against Luton, I think it's an insult. I think it's
I
an
might do a
insult.
watch along for that game now.
Insult for
crazy.
what?
For the level of Man City, what you did last year, and your manager and the stature of the club. You don't know, like Pep Guardiola. People are scared of Pep Guardiola. People are scared to say anything about Man City because they know that Pep Guardiola can do this and can turn it around. Pep Guardiola can find the right system with any player. People are scared, but the fact that you're sitting here and talking to me about a chance of losing points against Luton, I think for me, this is a surprise. I would not have imagined that we're gonna come this day in this schedule and we'll be sitting on the
Yes.
stream talking
I
about
agree.
Man City. Nobody, LB, I'm telling you, nobody would have been thinking about, I will be watching Man City versus Luton this year. Nobody. No one would say, oh, this is just a write-off game.
That was the game everyone was just not gonna watch. Now it's
Yes.
become prime time.
Well,
I'm
you're
telling you,
welcome then,
people
innit?
are gonna watch this game and are
I'm
gonna
gonna
watch
be on
this
your
game
watch
with
along,
hope,
LB, as
bro.
well.
My
You know,
man is-
yesterday I was on LB's watch along. He was giving a sad speech. He was giving a sad monologue. Oh, at the end, it was like the 90th minute. I think Kyle Walker was offside or something, and he lost his head. He's like, just fucking end the game, man. Just fucking end the game. And I was just telling him, hi, LB, in the chat, and he just wasn't noticing because he was too pissed off. I was just telling him, hi, I hope you're good, you know? And he's like, Husam, my club decided to sell Gundogan.
Oh my god. Anyway, listen, James Bond here is
Oh
saying
my
Saka
God.
played with an Achilles injury all season.
Yeah. So
Oh,
did
we can-
Foden. Foden was
Look,
injured all
let's play
season,
this
man.
game then. Let's
Let's
play
not
this
do
game.
that, James. You want to compare them, right? Let's just compare them. You don't need to make excuses, man, because I'll throw excuses back. Let's not do that. Foden was injured all season, and in his worst season for Manchester City, he won a treble and got the same similar numbers as Saka. So let's not do that, man. Let's just, if you want to clash on the player, let's clash on the player. Let's not throw injuries in, man. That ain't the way to do it.
Okay. Listen, let's move on from Manchester City. I know people are entertained with Manchester City, but I want to get Husam, you wanted to cook me, so the floor is yours. But don't lie on my name. Like, say stuff that I said, okay? And then say, Mo, you're wrong, so I can debate them back. Go ahead.
Listen, this is why I'm here. I'm here to expose corrupt Judge Mo. Yeah, this is what I'm here on this channel to. This guy yesterday. You know why Mo is a fraud? Let me tell you why Mo is a fraud. After Liverpool beat Fulham by 4-3, he's like, oh, Liverpool's defense are conceding goals. You know, they need to do better. And then Liverpool keep a clean sheet, play shit terrorist football, but win 2-0 away at Sheffield.
Mhm.
He's like, oh, this is one of the worst football games I've ever seen in my whole life. Bro, here's the thing. Yesterday was controlled. Sheffield had one shot on target, 22% possession, played the long ball every time. Virgil van Dijk won the headers. We won the second balls. Sheffield did not create any dangerous opportunity at all the whole game. You know, I was probably more worried just about their long throw-ins and shit than anything. Their dangerous chance came in the second, third minute, which Kelleher saved it. After that, it was just Liverpool, you know, kept the ball. We kept possession. It was controlled. It was a dominated performance. Darwin Núñez, that you keep criticizing, had he scored the gilt edge opportunity that Trent created for him, it would have been 2-0, game, set, and match. It would have been relaxed, but Darwin Núñez decided to miss. And, you know, from there on out, we just created the second chance and we won the game. So it was a comfortable game, to be honest with you.
It was. Okay, so let me.
It was a very comfortable game. And my problem with you is we can't, when Liverpool win the game 4-3, come tell me you need to defend better. And then when we defend better and we have a more controlled game, you say, oh,
I never said anything about your defense. So hear me out about my argument yesterday. Number one, the shit game was the quality of the game. I didn't talk about Liverpool, by the way. You just take things out of context. When I said it was the shittiest game, I tried to watch the game yesterday. It was Sheffield putting exactly what Luton did against Arsenal without the goals. You scored from a corner in the first half. By the way, before you scored, you had 2 shots on target, if I'm not mistaken. 2 shots. Yes. Luton had 1. So it was a shitty 30 minutes of a game. That goal you scored, you're not going to like this, right? But people want Mo to be objective or have agendas, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to have agendas against all the clubs, or I'm going to be objective about all the clubs. The first goal, Virgil van Dijk did not need to foul the guy that was following Trent.
It wasn't a foul. It wasn't a foul.
Okay. Virgil van Dijk. Okay. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions to lead to the conclusion. If you say no, did Virgil van Dijk impede the guy from running or not?
No, he didn't.
He didn't? You're lying now. Virgil van Dijk left
the ball. The guy ran into his ass. That's not Virgil's fault.
Virgil van Dijk left his spot extended his body to block the guy running after Trent. It's as simple as that, Husam. It's as simple as that. There is a reason why they were
If we're gonna
checking
give
it.
that as a foul,
There was a
football
reason,
doing.
Husam. There is a reason why they checked it, and it took a bit of time, right? Anyway, I'm gonna give you that goal.
No, it didn't even take
let
time.
Me
It
just
took like
finish
10
my.
seconds.
Let me
The guy
just
said
finish
goal
some
given.
sentence. Let me finish
No,
some
but you're
sentence
not
so you
gonna
can
lie
calm
and say
down.
let me finish. They did
Let
not
me
take
finish
time.
so you can
They
calm
did
down.
not take time. We know when VAR takes time in the Premier League, they take like 2-3 minutes. It took them 10 seconds and it was checked.
It didn't take 10 seconds. Let me tell you, I didn't think there was enough evidence to overturn it, right? I didn't think there was enough evidence just on the fact to have the same. But you did from the corner. The second goal that you scored, the Szoboszlai, great finish by the way. That Nunes tackle, great finish of course by Szoboszlai, right? And great first touch. Okay, Darwin Nunes committed a free kick. I thought he went through the player's leg. And I can show you pictures.
This is why they call you Mo Gender. This is exactly why they call you Mo Gender. Darwin Nunes 100% won the ball.
Yeah,
that's
through the player's leg with a scissor tackle. Through the player's leg.
He won the ball. He won the ball, and his other foot was planted on the ground, did not touch the player. Don't you dare try lie.
All right.
Don't you dare. Look at
I
this
can
guy,
show
bro.
you pictures and stuff. I watched the goal.
Oh, really? Last time when you said no still images. What happened now? You
I
want to
actually
use
watched
still
it. I watched it live, and I watched it on the replay.
Okay, here. You want to see still images?
No. I'm gonna. Okay, listen.
Here.
It's a
Right
clear
here.
free kick.
Right here.
This is
Won the
LB.
ball and
LB. No.
And look,
Show the picture again.
You
Show
don't
the
just say
picture
LB
again.
because I'm speaking.
No.
Second.
Show the
You see
picture
this
again.
right here?
LB, watch this.
Yeah, 1 second. You see this
Watch
right
this.
here?
LB.
He won the ball, and his left foot was not touching. There was no contact with the Sheffield United's other
remove your finger.
feet.
Remove your finger.
Remove your
finger. Remove your finger and show the picture again. Show the picture again. Show the picture again. Show the picture again. Be brave and show the picture again. Be brave and show the picture again on the screen. Just keep it. I want everyone in the chat to tell me a player that is going like this in a tackle from behind. Yes, his foot on the ball. Is this a free kick or not? It's a yes or no question. Yes for a free kick. No for no free kick.
Won the ball. 100% won the ball.
Oh my God, you guys are absolutely don't want.
By the way, you know why you're a fraud? Let me expose you. Let me expose your fraudulence.
You do ahead. Go ahead.
Let me expose your fraudulence. You know why you're a fraud? You know why you're a fraud? You know why you're a fraud?
Why am I a fraud?
The reason why you're a fraud is you're the same guy that told Staffy last week, don't use still images. Why you want to use?
No, I'm talking about live. You're the one who showed still images.
Okay, so but I watched it live and it wasn't a foul.
Okay, for me it was a free kick and the referee just didn't call it. But anyway,
I think that was a foul, but the Van Dijk one wasn't a foul in my opinion.
Okay, I said there was not enough evidence to overturn it, but I think this is a foul. Come on, to be honest with you, it was that tackle. He went into the.
Can I play the tackle?
Can we? Okay, I really don't want to talk about Liverpool game because it was a shit game and you won the game.
I don't think we get copyright infringement. 1 second.
No. Please don't. Don't play a video.
It's not a GIF. 1 second clip. I don't think it's copyright.
Don't play it.
It won't be copyright.
It will.
Even 1 second clip on my phone, I don't think that'll be copyright.
Probably not, but don't do it, bro. It's his channel, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough.
The judge has spoken, bro.
Up to you, yani, but I don't think it will get copyrighted. If we played the goal, probably, but not the tackle.
Send it me on WhatsApp, please.
Okay, I'll send you guys both the link right now. Just go to minute 45 of this video right here. Watch it as we speak right now, and you'll see that he completely won the ball right now. Just go to 145 exactly. Here, I just sent it to you both.
On WhatsApp?
Yes, just go to 145 of that right now. I'm watching it as we speak. It's the official Liverpool video of the highlights, and you'll see.
Of course, you're showing the official video.
No, they're showing the replay.
That's a foul, bro. That's a foul, bro. How are you sitting there saying that's not a free kick?
Osam, what is it? I'm sorry, Osam. Can you tell me again? What is it? What minute?
Minute 45. 145.
145, but that's a foul.
That's not a foul. He won the ball.
That's not. He's scissor kicked him, man. That is a foul, bro.
You know he won the ball.
We're not arguing that. We're not.
Okay, if he won the ball, it's not foul then.
No. You can win the ball.
Rule, bro.
Okay, that's not how it works.
Rule,
you play football. Don't be shameless, please.
Endangered.
Game's gone. Man. Game's gone. Game is gone. Game's gone. They want this to be ruled as a foul. Game is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Game's gone.
Oh my God. Number one, Husam, he touched his foot before he touched the ball. He went through the player. It's 100% of, I'm not changing my mind. You guys saw who's fraudulent. You guys saw who is a corrupt person. You guys saw
I'm
an objective. I'm an objective. I am an objective person.
No, you're not.
I am
You're
an
corrupt.
objective person. That people just don't like criticism. Stop the cap.
You was
and
also lucky
admit
against
it was
Fulham
a
as
free
well.
kick.
He was also lucky against Fulham because that final goal was a foul as well.
It's a clear
Oh
foul.
my days. A City fan complaining about referees. Give me back my league title where Rodri handballed it.
I don't
and
care.
I'll
You know what I
give you
mean?
the foul.
I wasn't the one that
my
brought
league
up
title where
the
Rodri
referee
handballed it.
decisions.
Because
It's not my
frauds,
channel.
115 charges talking about referees.
Oh, there we go. It
Talk
took
about
you an hour
referees,
to get that
115
in.
charges.
Oh my
Give
God.
me
I thought I was
back
gonna
my
tell you a lot
league
quicker than
title where
that,
you
bro.
robbed it when Rodri handballed it.
I'm gonna do something, yeah. Next time we do a stream, I challenge you not to mention the 115. You can't do it, bro. It lives rent free in your head, man. It was a free kick against Fulham. Yeah, that was a foul.
No, it was
a
not.
foul
No, it was
yesterday.
Being
It was a
shameless,
foul,
being
man.
shameless.
I don't know why you don't just accept it because it's more of a L. You know what
It's
I mean?
very
You
strange that he
accept it.
doesn't want to accept it. Husam, I take
It's
Husam as an
weird.
honest guy. It's very strange, to be honest. Husam, you're fighting this. I don't get it.
No,
Why
he
you're
won the
fighting?
ball. The Nunez one, he
No.
won the ball. It's the
Yeah,
reality.
I take you as a very honest. Why you're fighting this? It's
I'm
a very
not
obvious
fighting. He
foul
won
as
the
well.
ball. He won the
La ilaha
ball.
illallah.
He won the ball. If the follow through got the guy, he won the ball.
It's
You
not
don't
the
rule
follow
out
through.
goals.
He touched his foot before. This is
No, he
ridiculous.
doesn't. No, he didn't. No, he
Type.
didn't.
Okay, let's move on from
I
this.
will go back this season
يا
and
أخي
give
خلاص،
every
طيب-
club
طيب-
their
طيب.
points if you give me the Rodri League title they robbed off of
خلاص،
me.
ماشي.
Give me that and then I will give them anything they want.
Let me do these couple of super chats. AB saying Villa play high and do it great. City have no wingers was big factor. Well, Saka, Martinelli helped Villa more than Villa's press hurt Arsenal. Big up more. I actually think Arsenal are going to that game not favorites. I'm gonna keep the same energy I kept for Man City.
Which game?
Arsenal versus Villa at Villa Park. Villa are favorites without a question. For
I
me,
agree.
people do listen. I got called an idiot. I got called stupid because I said City without Doku, Grealish, Rodri, KDB, with Stones coming from injury, they can be going to Villa Park favorites. And people said, yeah, but City are favorites in every single game. I'm like, now you're playing history. City are going to play Rico Lewis.
City are
They're gonna
favorites
play
in every single game. It's true, by the way, except Anfield away.
Yeah, again, see, that's was it me and you talking on Al Ahwa? Yeah, when I said City are going to the Villa Park.
No.
favorites.
It's not. It wasn't us. I think you made that argument on the top.
Jerry
6
James and I wasn't.
No,
on the
you
top
made that
6.
argument on the top 6 show, not with us.
Okay. Anyway, AB, one more. Omar Rushdie saying more goals are clean. What about Virgil van Dijk penalty? We didn't defend well.
Yeah, we should have had a penalty yesterday. By the way, we didn't get it.
I'm not talking about that. You won fair and
the
square.
game. Oh, you're not talking about that. You know why? Because you have selective moaning about referees, and also the same bald bastard that sent off Curtis Jones for the stamp did not send off the Venzo or whatever the fuck his name is, the blonde defender for Sheffield, for stepping on McAllister's foot. Well, I have some shame.
That was a free kick. It wasn't a red card.
No, he stamped on his foot.
He didn't stamp on
You
his
wanna know?
Yeah, he did.
So now
he
you
did.
wanna
By the way,
disrespect
he did stamp
So
on his
ladies and
foot.
gentlemen,
Okay,
Nunes was a foul because of the
yeah.
follow through, but stepping on the feet is no longer a red card.
So
But you
hear
guys
me
know,
out.
guys,
Hear
like
me,
and
hear me out.
subscribe.
Okay, you're gonna yell a lot. You're gonna scream a lot.
I'm done. There's nothing
You're
to yell
done
about.
screaming and yelling. You're done screaming. Is it gone? Alhamdulillah. Okay. McAllister was fouled, a nasty foul from behind that dangled his leg, and he went below the guy. The guy was not even trying to stamp on him. Right? It's an unfortunate situation. Okay, it's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, and the Nunes one was unfortunate. He won the ball and he just touched the other leg. Sorry.
Type anyway.
See how LB when I play his game, he gets
James
upset.
Bond.
I'm playing your game, Habibi.
James Bond is saying, don't accept Husam. We'll see on TIF soon. Come on, you Gunners. On the what's TIF?
This is football.
This is
What's
football.
TIF?
Yeah. Now.
The disrespect. Bro.
TIF. Just type this is football.
The disrespect to this is football. You just said you don't know what TIF is. Have some shame and decorum.
I never did you. Oh, you have to rebrand then. TIF. I like TIF. It's good. Ozan Kabak is saying we need more Husam and LB debates, pure entertainment every week here. Thursday, 2:00 UK time. You come here, you see Husam and LB, pure entertainment, weekly show right here on Footy Judge Mo. Right here. You turn on the notification, you subscribe, you see this weekly. Listen, a lot of people.
And me and LB are going to be on my channel literally 3 minutes from now.
You have to stay on here and you're going to go to Husam's channel. It's going to take you,
See you later,
to LB and Husam, pure entertainment as well. Are you gonna? You have to set up your stream. Did you set it up already?
لا خلاص I set it up already.
طيب. Okay, last thing,
get
because
some
I got called out yesterday for not speaking on Man United and Chelsea. Man United fans are out of the holes. Man United fans are out of their caves. Man United fans telling me with this or that. They played well yesterday.
Can I be
But-
honest, Moment? Yesterday, Staffy cooked you. I'll be
Okay. I actually don't think so, but fine. The problem with Staffy is that he showed up when Man United won, where Staffy a week ago was saying sack the manager.
Staffy's always there.
But I don't want you to cut me off because I'm not gonna speak for long. Staffy a
Staffy's
couple of weeks
always
ago, last week he said what's his name? Sack the manager. Chelsea fans didn't say sack the manager. So that means Chelsea are in a better place than Man United. You can be 7 points behind them and you're in a better place, right?
Some Chelsea fans are saying sack the manager.
But not a lot. But all Man United fans are saying sack the manager. And then they win a game and then they tell me they are better than Chelsea. They are better than Chelsea on the table. I was probably maybe wrong about Chelsea. I thought they can get better by days because they showed a lot of more signs. They showed more stability in terms of performances and a style of play. And when I was saying that before after like 6-7 games when Chelsea had a style of play and they were playing good football and Man United were all over the place. Maybe if I take the loss, I take the loss. But I still think Man United at the moment still don't have a style of play. They flip-flop. They don't know how to play against certain teams. They still don't. And I beg everybody to debate this for me. While Chelsea, they go to games knowing what they're going to do. They have Sterling. They have the midfield. They have, what's his name, Cole Palmer. They have a style of play. That's why they try to play position-based football. They try to attack from the wings, right? And that's my point. That's all I said in game week 5. That Chelsea, every time I'm watching them, they have a style of play. Pochettino is trying to do something, and he has a plan. Maybe they are not scoring goals, but Man United are all over the place. That's all I said. So what's there to be cooked about? Did anybody disagree with what I said? LB, do you disagree with what I said?
No,
LB's going to cook United even more. I'm here for
it. No, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I do think that United, man, like, although their league form right now is pretty sick, actually, and I'm quite jealous of their green ticks on the Google table, they are still in a big shit situation. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Chelsea for me, I just don't get what they are. I don't think they're a football club, man. Yeah, I mean, I just feel that like the way they've gone around their transfer business, yeah, it's weird. Getting all the kids in doesn't work, man. Doesn't work. So they're doing something weird. I don't know what experiment's going on down there at Stamford Bridge. United, I still think they've got massive issues, man. Massive issues. And just because they beat Chelsea yesterday, I would not be taking much from that. You know what I mean? They're about to be dumped out of the Champions League. So that'll bring another round of negativity. Then they've got Liverpool at Anfield, West Ham, Villa.
Hey!
So yeah, the only thing
I'll ask you something, LB. After you finish this, do you think Man United will finish above Chelsea or below Chelsea?
Above Chelsea.
Above Chelsea.
Because here's the thing. Even though they don't have a style and Chelsea do, United shit out results.
Okay.
And they will get results when they'll get wins as the table proves. Chelsea, even though obviously not yesterday by the sounds of it, but even though in other games they look like they know how to play, they just don't finish their dinner or they just do whatever.
So going forward, who's in a better place? Even if Man United finish 10 points ahead of Chelsea. Who's in a better place going forward to next season?
I don't think either of them are in a better place than either. All right. No, I just think they're both. It's a mid-off, man. I think it's a pure mid-off, and yeah, I don't think either of them.
I'll just say this for 30 seconds before I go set up my stream. I know you want to ask LB about Chelsea for 2 minutes. Here's my thing. When it comes to this, yesterday was the first time me and Mo have been in agreement all year long about Chelsea Man United. I've always said Chelsea going into the future are in a better place. My problem is I don't even agree with that anymore because I don't see the trajectory heading in the right way. I don't think Jackson is what they first thought he was. I don't think Enzo is what he first thought he was. Caicedo made the biggest mistake of his life not moving to Liverpool. I'm not saying this as a shameless Liverpool fan. It's the fact. He would have been in a title race right now. Objectively speaking, Caicedo probably would have made us 6 points better off. We would have been top of the league right now. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. I'm just being dead serious. He probably made one of the biggest mistakes, in my opinion, in his career. Mudryk has been a massive flop, and he was fucking useless yesterday. I heard what Salad said yesterday, and Salad actually made a very good point. The fact that McTominay is Man United's top goal scorer, Rashford's not scoring, Haaland's not scoring, their midfield's been garbage, Casemiro's has been a problem, Varane is fucking shit, Lissandro's not even playing. All of that is happening, and they're still above Chelsea. That means that Chelsea fans need to be fucking worried about what's happening at their football club. That's all I'm saying, because
I agree.
Because these young, exciting players might not be what we first thought of. By the way,
Very good argument, to be honest. Thank you.
See LB on the other side in 2 minutes. Yeah. See you guys, man.
Yes. Omar Rushdie here is saying Chelsea with points deduction, possibly relegated. I don't think they're going to get relegated. They're going to get fines. But listen, talk to me about Arsenal a little bit. What happened in that game? We didn't speak. Just a couple of minutes. Did you think they were positive? Because a lot of fans were positive, but also some of them were a little bit worried about conceding 3 goals, the Raya Ramsdale situation. Do you think that's a form of a team that can win the league, or that's not sustainable?
Okay, so first of all, get the negatives out of the way for Arsenal. They have a serious problem with the goalkeeper situation. And I said this in the summer. He bought another average goalkeeper in Raya. He's put pressure on both goalkeepers, and I don't think that is the way forward. Arsenal fans tried to dress it up as, oh, we've got 2 keepers competing with each other. You don't know football. That's not how football works, man, with goalkeepers. Goalkeepers need to be stable. You need to have one very good goalkeeper and then one semi-good goalkeeper, yeah? Getting 2 goalkeepers, neither of them are world-class, competing with each other, ain't no way forward, and I think he's made a mistake there. And Raya, to me, just looks like a bang average goalkeeper and doesn't really look any better than Ramsdale, in my personal opinion. So that's a problem, but it's a problem that they brought on themselves, right? So get that sorted. So because they conceded 3 goals, people will say, oh, they conceded 3 goals against Luton. However, 2 of them were David Raya's fault. The corner, he comes out, and the other one where he should have saved it. So, you know, I don't really look at that. I look at the 3 goals more of like, it's the goalkeeper issue. Other than that, they didn't really create too much, but that's Arsenal this season. The goals that they got were probably fortunate due to poor Luton defending, but ultimately they got the win. Is it sustainable? They've won 5 games now with goals in the final minutes of the game in injury time. Now, I don't think that's sustainable, but it doesn't matter because it only becomes a problem when it doesn't become sustainable. Right now, they are getting the job done. Maybe later on in the season, they won't get the job done and they won't get in these late goals and they'll start drawing games or dropping points or whatever. But at the moment, they're getting the job done. The top of the table. They've got a lot of the players back from injury. Timber's coming back shortly, whatever it is going to be. They need to do some business in the transfer window, in my opinion. But they're getting the job done, man. Everyone always thinks, I hate Arsenal. I don't hate Arsenal. I just didn't think they had enough to win the league. And I still think City will win the league if we can keep our players fit. But I think
it depends on who comes back for City. To be like, it depends on how Kevin De Bruyne comes back.
Of course.
Like Kevin De Bruyne from the, I keep saying that, from the hamstring injury back to back with surgery, it takes a while for a player to be embedded back and get back.
Of course it does, Mo. But luckily for us, he's back in January and the season ends in May. So it's not a major issue for Arsenal. They just need to keep doing what they're doing. Grinding out results. Fans saying, "Oh, the performances ain't great." Yeah, you want the performances to increase or whatever, but if you're getting the wins, that is kind of all that matters. They've got a tough run now. If they can come out of this run of December and stay top of the table, I think they're in a good position. But they need to do better in the transfer window than they did last year.
Yeah, I actually think this run for Arsenal, Aston Villa, Brighton, Liverpool, and West Ham, if they get 12 points out of these, I think they're in a very, very, very good place, in my opinion. 12 points. The problem is Liverpool now have an easier run, if I'm not mistaken.
But one of them is dropping points because they play each other, isn't it?
Yeah, but Liverpool have Man United, West Ham at home, they have Crystal Palace, and now they have Arsenal at home. And they play all 3 teams at home. West Ham is in the cup. So they play Manchester and they play Burnley away. I think Liverpool, we might see Liverpool top. by December or something. I think it
Maybe
depends
it's
on
very
what
close,
happens.
man. It's very close
I
up
keep
there.
saying it's not gonna be one on 90 plus point 95. It's gonna be
No.
one on 80 something point. This is gonna be one of the lowest point tally we have seen in the last 5 years.
I think 85, 86.
Wins your La League. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be very, very tight at the top. Of Mo is obviously the Arsenal fan. Just come on, just stop that. Anyway, I don't know if Husam is done or not. He's going to text me when he's live. But listen, for Arsenal, Declan Rice, give me a little bit of prompt about Declan Rice. I said that he has been playing better than Rodri this year for a couple of reasons. That Rodri has missed 4 games, if I'm not mistaken, already. Has he justified the price for you?
The price is irrelevant, Mo.
It's not. You don't think it matters?
This is what people need to shut up about, man. Don't matter on the price. What matters is getting the players in that you need to get in to make you better. If Arsenal have to spend 100 million on if Arsenal look at Declan Rice and Arsenal believe that Declan Rice is what's going to make them go from title contender to title winner, don't matter whether you spend 10 million quid on him or 200 million quid on him. What matters is getting him in if you think he's the right player. Now, of course, if you think that Declan Rice can win you the league for 100 million, but you see someone else in the French league who you think can also win you the league at 20 million, then obviously you're going to go for the guy that's cost 20 million. But if Arsenal looked at Rice and went, he's the only midfielder that can win us the league, pay the money. And that's what they did. You know what I mean? And this is what I think Arsenal need to do. They need to start acting like a big club. They've not acted like a big club, in my opinion, in recent years. Getting City's cast-offs, getting Kivior in, getting players like Fabio Vieira, try to get these shitty little deals, 20 million, 30 million, we'll make him into a class player. No, they realised in the summer that they messed up in January and they went big this time and got Declan Rice. That's what they need to do. The big test will be, will they do it again in January? Because for me, they need to go out in January again and buy some more players.
Yeah, 100%. In my opinion, go get a midfielder, go get a striker. Do the right things to win the league because you are in a good position. People thought that Manchester City will be in a better place than this. Manchester City aren't in a good place. Use the opportunity. Don't just drop and say, oh, we're good enough now. Go and get a couple of good players in January. I think Arsenal in a good place. I think Arteta has actually managed to topple the league while trying to find the right combination is something that I
need to call this out, bro, in the chat. Jacobs, last few windows have been serious. What is he saying? So you think signing Kivior is serious? You think signing Jorginho is serious? Have you had me on? If you think that's serious, then you keep on saying that's serious. That's not serious. Your club is now getting serious. Timber, that's serious. Declan Rice, that's serious. Yeah? Who else did they sign?
Trossard. I think Trossard is serious.
Trossard, obviously, that was in the last transfer window. That's a serious
that was January window. Yeah, that was a serious one. But again, you're being harsh because they went for Modric, who was at that time was one of the promising players. Nobody knew that Modric.
Serious. Signing Modric is not serious.
But nobody knew that Modric would be that bad. It's like signing Doku, for example.
But no, because that's not fair. Because Modric, because no one knew it was going to be that bad. It was
no one knew that he was going to be that bad.
But bro, it was complete and utter gamble. You're buying him from the Ukrainian Football League, man. You spending 70 million on a guy from the Ukrainian Football League.
Yeah, but he was like, this promising Ukrainian superstar.
Arsenal don't want promising. They want the here and now. They want to win the Premier League. They want to win the Champions League.
From that point, that's completely different. I agree with you. They want ready players. They want the ready, like Ivan Toney's, the Osimhen's, I don't know who else in the league that can play as an 8. But anyway, listen, people, this has been an absolutely elite stream with LB and Husam. Stay on here. Don't go anywhere. It will take you to Husam where he has LB. And they're going to talk more objectively.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere, as people say. Stay on this here. Thank you, LB, for being here. LB's channel and Husam's channel are in the description. Thank you for everybody for the 6K. Absolutely blessed and humbled by the support from everybody here from the community. Thank you for everybody that super chatted us and got involved in the conversation. We appreciate you guys. I don't think there's going to be a stream today in the evening, but tomorrow we got Northside, we got Joe, and we got other people as well. But thank you, people. We'll see you on the other side. Go to Husam's stream. Don't go anywhere. It will take you there. And we're out, people.